Hell yeah, here we are with the 11th grade A. Today's Tuesday. It's Happy Tuesday, or how they say, it's Taco Tuesday. Taco Tuesday, and it's the 17th of August. And we are on the class 7th, focusing on the narrative tenses because we are going to write a story very soon. So we need them. All right, first of all, let me ask you, how you guys feeling? Benjamin Towers on a scale of Shinji Ikari. Master Towers.
I'm choosing teacher.
Okay. I know my decision, by the way. Yeah, let me ask someone else. Javi, what about you? Lady Javi, how are you feeling today? Oh, the chat. Oh, let's go to the chat. Between 9 and 3. That's the very opposite. Come on. They're super opposite. But okay, that's correct. Oh, Lady Javi is like 4. Wow. Wow. Peter, what about you? How are you feeling now? Benjamin Peter 9. Oh, dude. Wow, dude, you guys been watching too much Evangelion, I think. Wow, my goodness. Keenan, what about you, dude? And Dominic? Keenan, what about you? Number 6. Well, that's good, at least. That's good. That's good. Yeah. Domino? Maybe 6. I'm 6. Ah, you guys. I'm feeling number 1 today. Crazy as hell. Nah. Oh, I don't know. To be honest, I reckon I'm 4 and 5. All right, let's kick it because it's a short class. Let's do this. All right, what we're gonna do first is that I'm gonna show you a story. Okay, I'm gonna show you a story. And what you're gonna do, guys, is that you are going to help me complete the story with the missing parts. Every time you make a correct one or an incorrect one, I'm gonna tell you why you are correct or why you are mistaken. Let's go. Let's go to the story. This story is a horror story. So we're gonna complete it, and once we are completed, we're gonna listen to the story on an audio, and we're gonna check our answers. So let's do this. It begins like this. Last night, walk home next to a river Thames when something strange to me. Okay, help me completing this thing. Let's kick it. Let's go. This is the story. So let's complete it. Last night, I home next to River Thames when something strange to me. Help, help, help. Help, help, help. Come on, people, let's be fast.
I walked.
Mm, close, very close. Warm, warm, warm. I was walking. Thank you. Okay, was walking. So this is past continuous, and we use the past continuous to give a context to the reader. We want the reader to immerse in the story. So if you begin with a past continuous, it means you're giving the reader a context where this person can have some senses of the surrounding of the story. So last night I was walking home next to the River Thames when something strange, we have an interruption now. We studied this a lot, plenty of times when something happened. Thank you, Valentine. But something happened. And we know that when we have a present continuous, sorry, a past continuous up here, and then a past simple, that means the one action is interrupted. So this person was walking, and you can see an interruption in the event when we have the strange, something strange that this happened, right? We have this person is walking, and then boom, an interruption, boom, here, something happened to me. And this is the past simple. Past simple is the interruption, and past continuous is the action that was in progress. Nice. It was late at night, and I long and difficult day at work. We're talking about very warm, Valentina. Warm. It's not hot, but it's very warm. I agree that we need hat. That's true. But think about this. Let me help you putting this in a time frame. Ooh, very super warm, Valentina. Really, really warm. This person is talking about here. I was very late. It was very late at night. Yes, that's correct, Valentina. Nice. Yeah, so we're gonna give it like this because it's difficult to. I'd had, right? It's the past perfect. Why? Because it's late at night. It was very late. Let's say that is 12 midnight. Okay, midnight. It says a long and difficult day at work. So this person, this is past simple. It was very late, but then before this person in the past had a difficult day at work. So this person had a long day of work. Let's say that this person started working from 8 a.m. until 6 p.m., right? I'd had. Every time we talk about a previous event from the past simple, this is the past simple. It was late, but before the past simple is the past perfect. Okay, so that's why it's I'd had a difficult day at work. Thank you, Valentine. I was feeling tired and lonely, and a few pints of beer in my local pub. So I decided to stop by the riverside and look at the moon for a while. What would you put here? I was tired, just had. Okay, there's something missing, my dear. I think you're very, very hot. Super hot.
There was a large full moon.
There was a cloud for moon. Here. We need here. Just have.
Había un grande moon.
Está cansado y solo. Okay, it just have. Yes, but we are missing something. Something is missing. Nos falta la colita de algo. Is the past perfect again? Okay, I just had. Again, it's the same idea as before. So what we have here is that this person is tired. Okay, let's say here. This person was tired and lonely. Okay, so tired, let's say, very tired and lonely. And let's say I was very tired and lonely. Let's give it a time. Okay, 1 a.m. in the morning. and I just had a few pints of beer with my in my local pub. So let's say here the person is at the pub before, right? And let's say that that was 12 midnight. Okay, so it's before the time of speaking. So we know that the past perfect is an older event or is previous to past simple. Remember that, it's very important. And also the past perfect usually doesn't exist if we don't have the past simple around, okay? Because we need a contrast. Let's continue. This is a bit longer, but easier. Let's go. Let's continue. It says here, I on some steps very close to the water edge, and looked up at the big yellow moon and wondered if it was really made of cheese. So what we have is a sequence of events. What would you put there? What would you put there, my beautiful people? I seated. No, I sit is not a regular verb. Was sitting? No, I don't think so. Because we're not giving context. No, Valentina, this is warm. The problem is, I mean, you were correct before. No. Yes, that's it. The problem was the verb, actually, but it's a past simple event. So when we have a sequence of events and this happened next and this, so this, there is past simple. Past simple is the most common tense in the narrative tenses because it gives the whole idea some movement. So I sat on some stands very close to the water's edge and looked at the big yellow moon and wondered if it was really made of cheese. I felt very tired, so this is the next event, right? Next event. What would you put here? We are in a sequence of events. People? People? And closed. Yes, I closed my eyes. Very nice. I closed my eyes. Cerré mis ojos. Closed my eyes and wondered. Sorry. And after a few minutes, this is the next event again. Again, a next event and fell asleep. That's good. So not failed because that's a past simple of feel, but this is fall, right? I fell asleep. So when we have a sequence of events again, it's the past simple working there. So next one is when I woke up, the moon moved behind and it was very dark and cold. So I woke up, but the moon before I woke up moved. Okay, so we're talking about a previous action from waking up. What do we put there? We're talking about a previous action from waking up. I mentioned it recently. A previous action from waking up. Let's go, people. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go, people. Let's go. This is a previous event from woke up. Yes, the moon had moved. Thanks. The moon had moved. Past perfect again. Okay, past perfect. It's very simple to understand. We have an event in the past simple and we question ourselves. We ask ourselves, is this event before this past simple event? The past simple event here is I woke up. That's the past simple. And then the moon had moved behind the clouds and it was very dark. So when I woke up, the moon had moved before I woke up. And when I woke up, I realized like, oh, the moon had moved. So do you get the idea? It's something that happens before the past simple. Then that is the past perfect. Behind the clouds was very dark. The wind, now we're gonna give it context. We want the reader to feel the wind. We want to, yes, absolutely. The moon was blowing. The wind was blowing. And we may give it like a here like an interruption. Okay, the moon was blowing like, and then this owl made a sound, so we have an interruption. Now this is a regular verb. This is the sound that the owls do. We put an interruption, people. Yes, put it. Yeah, put it. Put it. Okay. Como, no sé, ¿cuál es la palabra específica del sonido que hacen los búhos? We have to think about that. I rubbed my eyes and I started to get up. When suddenly, another interruption, or we can say, no, when suddenly something happened next. So another sequence. When suddenly people, let's go. People, here, the verb is here. This is the next event that happened. The next event is a sequence again. Yeah, when I heard a splash. Good. When I heard the splash, I down at the water and saw something terrible and frightening, and unlike anything seen before. Okay. This is, yes, thank you. I looked. Thanks. This is the next event. I looked down on the water and saw something terrible and frightening, and unlike anything I had seen before. Something come out of the water and move towards me. What would you put here? Something came out of the water. I feel the same. Algo salió del agua. And move. What about move? What would you put it to give it a sense of, like more like movement? I feel like move is correct. Moved, or also can be moving. Something moved or was moving towards me. Se estaba acercando hacia mí. This is just one option. Okay, a move. Something green and strange and ugly. It was a long green arm and it, I'll say stretched. Dice alargó, stretched. And stretched out of the water to grab my leg. So I was scared that I couldn't move. Never be so scared my whole life. So this person is thinking about all the events of his life. So he's thinking about the past, right? The past before this idea. Very close, Valentina. So really, really hot. Really, really hot, my dear. Yeah. Just one tip. The narrative tenses are always in the past. They are never in the present. Okay, that's a very important thing. Narrative tenses only work with the past. Yes, thank you. I'm gonna make it shorter. I've never been so scared in my whole life. The cold green hand, this is the next event. It's a sequence again. Closer and closer when suddenly there was a blue flash and a strange noise behind me. Okay, so this is the next event. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, maybe give a bit of a context, an idea of movement. Yeah, why not? We're closer and closer when suddenly there was a blue flash and a strange noise behind me. Someone, this is the next event. Again, this is next event. This is what happened next. People, next event. This is what happened next. Yeah, someone jumped. Good. We have a next event is always past simple because we're following a sequence. Okay, someone jumped onto the stairs next to me. He, okay, where is always something like a continuous action because you can't wear the clothes for 1 second, so you wear them for a long time. So what's here? Yeah, he was wearing. Yeah, he was wearing strange clothes and he had a crazy look on his eyes. He shouted, "Get back!" And next event. Okay, sequence of again. Next sequence of events, people. And he pointed, yeah, he pointed out at something, at a monster in the water. There was a bright flash and the monster hissed and disappeared. Good. Okay, we're good. We're good. And we finish here. I looked up on the man and he looked strange but kind. Don't fall asleep by the river when there's a full moon. He said the moon goblins will get you. I never hear of moon goblin before. So again, it's thinking about his previous experiences. So we are back in the past, the older past. Help, help, help. Yeah. Valentina, it's past perfect. Remember that. Never heard. You are writing present perfect. Yes. And present perfect doesn't work with the narrative tenses because we are in the past. Okay. That's the only problem, right? But you're very close. It didn't know what to do. Who are you? I asked him. You can call me the doctor. Sí, suena raro. Por eso lo pongo con I'd never heard. I'd never heard. Nunca había escuchado. The doctor, he said, I tried to think of something else when he turned and said, watch the stars at night and be careful of the moon. So we have here like a sequence and then we have an interruption. The interruption is he turned around and said, so we need the sequence. Something was happening and he turned around. I was trying, good. I was trying to think of something when he turned. Ahí está. Está intentando pensar cuando él se dio vuelta. And watch the stars, blah, blah, blah. I was trying to understand what he meant, but there is another blue flash and then close my eyes. Then I opened them back again, but I like this one. Think about the timeline, Valentina. That is very important. So this person was trying to think what he meant, and there was another flash. Okay, I'm gonna help you out, and I'm gonna help you all So this person was trying to understand, and then another flash. Boom, flash. This person closed his eyes. Okay, close his eyes. And then when I open them back again, this person had gone. Esta persona se fue después que lo abrió o antes que lo abrió. Que abrió sus ojos. Is it after or before? Yeah, that's it. It's before, right? Yeah. So this person had gone. This person, he had gone. He had gone, right? Because the person, obviously, when you open your eyes, the person is not there. It means that the person left, right? Had gone before you open your eyes. So that's why it's past perfect. I couldn't believe what on earth were moon goblins? Who was the mysterious doctor? And why he saved me? I was determined to find answers to the strange questions. I stood up and looked at the moon and quickly walked home. I think, yeah, it happened is the best one. Well, I couldn't believe what had happened. Que no puedo creer lo que había pasado. Igual funciona. No puedo creer lo que había pasado. It all works. I mean, it makes sense. It makes sense. Absolute sense. All right, let's go. Let's check. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to listen to the story, right? Okay, let me see. Do we have volume? Do we have volume? Let me raise this up. Okay, are you guys ready? Okay, let's listen to the story.
Last night I was walking home next to the River Thames when something strange happened to me. It was late at night and I had had a long and difficult day at work. There was a large full moon in the sky and everything was quiet. I was tired and lonely and I'd just had a few pints of beer in my local pub, so I decided to stop by the riverside and look at the moon for a while. I sat on some steps very close to the water's edge and looked up at the big yellow moon and wondered if it really was made of cheese. I felt very tired, so I closed my eyes, and after a few minutes, I fell asleep. When I woke up, the moon had moved behind a cloud, and it was very dark and cold. The wind was blowing, and an owl hooted in a tree above me. I rubbed my eyes and started to get up, when suddenly I heard a splash.
Good.
I looked down at the water and saw something. Something terrible and frightening, and unlike anything I'd ever seen before. Something was coming out of the water and moving towards me. Something green and strange and ugly. It was a long green arm, and it was stretching out from the water to grab my leg. I was so scared that I couldn't move. I'd never been so scared in my whole life. The cold green hand was moving closer and closer when suddenly there was a blue flash and a strange noise from behind me. Someone jumped onto the stairs next to me. He was wearing strange clothes and he had a crazy look in his eyes. He shouted, "Get back!" and pointed something at the monster in the water. There was a bright flash and the monster hissed and disappeared. I looked up at the man. He looked strange but kind. "Don't fall asleep by the river when there's a full moon," he said. "The moon goblins will get you." I'd never heard of moon goblins before. I didn't know what to do. Who are you?" I asked him. "You can call me The doctor, he said. I was trying to think of something else to say when he turned around and said, "Watch the stars at night and be careful of the full moon." I was trying to understand what he meant when there was another blue flash and I closed my eyes. When I opened them again, he had gone.
Now,
I couldn't believe what had happened. What on earth were moon goblins? And who was the mysterious doctor? And why had he saved me? I was determined to find the answers to these strange questions. I stood up, looked at the moon, and quickly walked home.
alrighty, pretty nice. Cool, pretty nice. Okay, was it difficult to complete the story? People. Not really. Okay, good. Okay, so what we're gonna do, I'm just gonna say the next class that we have, which is I think today's afternoon, is that we're gonna get deeper into this. I'm gonna give you all the explanations on how to use them, and then I'm gonna give you the activity. This activity is connected to what is going to be the evaluation. So have that in mind. All right, people. Pleasure to see you. I'll see you in the afternoon then. I think, right? Yes, in the afternoon. Right, guys.
Bye, teacher. See
Bye,
you.
Valentina. Take care. Thanks for
Bye,
your
teacher.
participation. Thanks for participating.
Bye, teacher.
Bye,
See you
teacher.
around. See you around. Thanks for participating.
Bye, teacher.
Bye.